I ranked 12 Minecraft YouTubers based on their PvP ability. All footage you see was taken from my Twitch. Go follow. Also, please do check if you're subscribed. I'm a very small channel, so every subscriber counts. Anyways, let's get started with the video. It's kind of enough said. If you just go ahead and watch like a clip of his, he's very good at the game. He's very. You can see, for example, what's his clicks a second? He's clicking like what 12 right here with insane. His aim is very good. He's a very strong start to this, I would say. You can see from here. This is just a random clip. I try to not get too biased clips. Some of them are obviously going to be biased because they're on their own channels. But I'm just trying to find clips of different people and then that aren't too biased to do a fairish ranking. If you got like anywhere in this video, it's just like a random one of his PV videos. He's very good at the game. He can click very fast. You see his hand cam as well. He's not cheating. He's very good. I'd be very tempted to put him very high up. I don't know about the god tier just yet. I kind of want to hold off on that and then maybe look back on some people at the end to put them in god tier. I think for now he's definitely insane. He's better than pretty good. God maybe that's debatable. He's easily insane though. There's no you can't argue that he isn't insane. He's very good. He's even played some people like about Fruitberries, about to go on to next. Fruitberries is a very good player before we go on to him. But if you look at this video, right, Calvin versus Fruitberries, and Fruitberries is very good. It's not even close. Calvin is so much better than Fruitberries in just so many ways. But you can see like Fruitberries is a good player, right? Before we get into this, Fruitberries is very good. He's not as good as Calvin or some other people are going to go through later, and he's not really known for 1.8.9 PvP, but he's still a strong player. But this is going to kind of show just how good Calvin is, and also we can rank Fruitberries off of this. So he does get some good hits at some point, like this here. Fruitberries holding his own, but this like entire 2 minutes of 3.5 minutes is mostly just Calvin destroying Fruitberries, and this is like every single duel. This isn't like uncut. So we'll skip to a random point, and we'll just see it's mainly Fruitberries getting destroyed rather than Calvin, right? I would definitely, I'm pretty sure that Calvin wins every single one of these, and it's not really even close. And he, he's BMing him at the end. So I would say that Fruitberries can't be in the same tier as Calvin. That's just so I'd put him as good. He's definitely good, but he's not insane or godlike or even. I might change pretty good later. I'm not really sure. That's Stimpy. So Stimpy's is known as like the, I guess, old best player. He is a very good player. I think he's the developer of Luna as well. He's very strong on pop PvP. He's got really good aim. He clicks fast consistently. If you just go anywhere in this video, it's pretty much just him just walking on people. It's not really, and these guys are all good. These difference between like a lot of videos, that all these guys are good. Like, none of these guys are bad at the game, because on Luna most people are good. And I kind of think ups him right in the scaling compared to Hypixel players who, even though they're good, they're playing against worse players in general. So he's either here, he's either here or here, and I don't know. I'm very tempted to put him in God, but I don't know if he's quite at that level. I'm not sure. I think I'll leave it insane for now. We might go and go over some stuff later on to see, what's what if we want to change stuff. Okay, now so this is Intel. So Intel's doesn't really do that much PvP. He's more of like a tutorial guy, right? So Intel's good, but he's not insane. You can see it here. Stimpy's just obliterating him. Stimpy's very good. Like, this is gonna happen. Okay, there. He does some good hits, but I think in general, it's mostly just. Yeah, okay. They're showing you a few bits of Intel walking him, but I would say these guys aren't really comparable. I think they do like 2 or 3 1v1s, and Stimpy pretty much wins each one pretty convincingly with like a lot of pots left. I would hazard to put Intel either probably good, maybe slightly above Fruitberries, or maybe just pretty good. Because yeah, I guess pretty good's fine. I guess he's like a low pretty good. He's not insane. He doesn't really do PvP videos, so he's not supposed to be, I guess. But yeah, I think pretty good's a fair rating for him. Again, we'll go back over at the end and go through it. But I think that's a pretty fair rating. to be honest. Okay, next Swampie. Swampie's really. I found Swampie like a month ago, and he's surprisingly good. He's like I guess quote unquote like more underground. I don't know how many subs he has. It's like, okay, it's 60k. That's not a small amount. He's surprisingly good for like not well. That's well, no. You can just see here. This is a tournament, by the way. So all these guys are like really good. That's another way to like judge how good they are against good players, right? This is a tournament he's playing in, I believe. Yeah, this is a lunar tournament. So, you know, some of the best players in the game are on this, and he's doing very well. He's destroying people pretty consistently. Right, throughout this whole video, I won't go for the full 4 minutes. But this is the finals, I think, or the semi-finals, and he's destroying this guy. You can see he's just obliterating him. I wouldn't be upset about picking him insane. I think he is very good. I think he deserves to be insane. But he's definitely below Calvin and Stimpy. I would say, yeah, he's a low insane, I would say. A bit lower than the other two, and maybe even Stimpy's up there, but we'll look at that at the end. Next, Technoblade. Now, everyone just says Technoblade is terrible at the game. And about 6 months ago, I would agree. And I don't mean this in any disrespect. He wasn't that good at PvP. But he trained for his dream 1v1, right? And he's actually very good now. And people will be like, oh no, he's a noob. This is his Technoblade's ult, by the way. It's still Technoblade playing. But he's actually, this is Calvin, right, who we're saying is one of the top players. And he's doing surprisingly well, considering, I would say maybe 6 months ago, he'd be an easy D tier. Because he doesn't really play that much PvP, he plays more Skyblock. But from like this like 2 months of training, a month of training he did, he's easily gone up like a decent amount. I don't know. He's still nothing even close to Stimpy or like people who play PvP like all the time. But you know, as you can see, I think in one of these he actually beats Calvin, which is very very impressive. I think overall Calvin just beats him most of the time, but he's definitely not bad. And Calvin's better. Like Calvin definitely wins more than Technoblade does, but they're close. The games are definitely close, and I think this is also showing Technoblade's best games. So obviously this is biased towards Technoblade. But I don't think he's an average. I don't think actually anybody. I probably shouldn't have included the average. I don't think anybody here deserves to be average. That's definitely Technoblade. Whether he's pretty good or just good, I don't think he's good enough to be pretty good. I think, considering he's only played for like 2 weeks, really, like when he like played properly. I think I'll put him there. Next up, this is Huahwi. I don't know how to say his name. I'm very sorry. This guy's like an OG Minecraft legend. I don't really know about him that much, but people argue something that he could be the best, which is already, you know, says a lot. In fact, I'll show you a clip that I do have here. This is removing the rush. So this is way past Huawei's prime, right? Versus Danteh, another really good player that we're going to be looking at later. And it's very close, the fights. I believe Huahwi loses 2-1 to Danteh. But Huawei's past his prime here. Danteh is kind of, it's like, I don't know. They're both like 20 and 2015, so neither are in their prime, but Danteh's definitely better here than Huahwi is because he's played more recently, right? But he's definitely very, very strong. Now, is he stronger than Calvin or any of these guys? I don't know. You could argue maybe, right? He's like one of like he was like known as like the god of the game for a long time. I definitely wouldn't be mad at putting him god. There aren't a lot of clips in him though, is the issue, because he didn't do like a load of YouTube stuff for PvP, so it's kind of hard to rank based on how much little information we have about him, like how good he was really. His reputation alone, I would say, definitely gets him easily into the insane tier, because he's known as one of the old like best players, like quote unquote first gen best players, right? If you're counting, I don't know, some of these guys as maybe second gen. He's like 2015, 2016. I'd definitely say he's above Swampie. Maybe above Calvin. I don't know about Stimpy though. I think here's probably like a good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Oh, we have another clip here of Huahwi as well. Perfect. Which is also ranking Tylarrz as the next guy on the list. These guys are both known as kind of like old Minecraft legends. I don't really know about them, but I kind of thought. The 3 Minecraft legends, from what I understand, was Tylarrz, Huahwi, and Danteh. But they're kind of all known as the old Minecraft gods, right? So as we can see here, who wins Tylarrz or when was this actually? This is his removing the rust series. So he is slightly past his prime here, but he's still you know, sharp. He's not completely washed up like he would be now. I think he plays like Fortnite now or something. So the first game, I believe Tylarrz wins. That might be a lie. But as you see, they're both good. This is not pot PvP. It's kind of harder to judge how good they are because rod PvP is just more messy. I think it's just 2-0. Yeah, 2-0 to Tylarrz. And I think this may be controversial, but I think I would put him in God tier. But yeah, I would say that's our first God tier player. We might move him down later, but I'm happy with putting him in God tier. I think he's very good at the game. He's you know, one of the best. Now I don't actually know some of these guys, so we're gonna just go through them. Who is next? Avery. Now I have no idea who Avery is. I just found them while I was researching PvP YouTubers. They have like 60k subs, and he's not insane at the game. He's not a god like Tylarrz or maybe even like Stimpy. But he's decent, you know. This is another like YouTuber. I don't know who Dagolbrick is. I'm assuming he's another really good PvPer. So obviously you need to consider this as like a top tier player he's playing against, not just some average noobs and hypix or whatever. And he's holding his own. But from that clip alone, right, this guy isn't, you know, isn't some god. He's just like a decent player, and he's not struggling, but he's not destroying them either, right? And I would argue that instantly gets him out of insane or god and the top are pretty good. I don't have a lot of information on this guy again. He's kind of just like an anomaly I just threw in there. But he's not bad at the game. Next is Verz, which they played against Calvin, and she gets some surprisingly good hits. Yeah, I would say, you know, just from that alone, for you know, to where she's playing, she's definitely not bad at the game. She's holding her own against Calvin, who I would argue is one of the best players, right? And also, this is, as I'll just say this again, this is all just like my opinion, because there's no definitive best Minecraft player. Let's pause it. There's no definitive best Minecraft player, right? Because of how many different game modes there are. You could argue that parkour is, you know, the best parkourer, but obviously isn't on this list. But he's still good at the game. You know, this is, yeah, just before, because obviously people argue, I don't know, oh my god, Technoblade should be down here, Stimpy should be up here, this random, you know, this guy, whatever. But as I said, this is just what I think, and you know, everyone's gonna be slightly different depending on how they rank them. It's not gonna all be the same. You could say Calvin's a god, Tylarrz is average. That's wrong. If you say that, you're wrong. But they're good. They're definitely good at the game. I would definitely put the top end of pretty good. You know, I think that's fair. All these guys are like the not goats of Luna, right? They're all good, but they're not insane. Yeah, all right. Last guy. We've got two clips for here. This guy, Danteh, who I'm gonna actually say now, and I'm gonna argue why. I would say he's at the top. He is God. He is the top of God. And I'm gonna try and explain to you guys why. So right now he's playing against Huahwi, who, you know, Huahwi's a good player. He did lose against Tylarrz 2-0, and he also loses against Danteh 2-0 in this. Which, you know, it again already puts it at a similar level to Tylarrz, right? Huahwi's a very good player. You know, easily like on par with Stimpy and Cow, maybe a little bit below, but around on par. And you can see like here, he gets low at some points, obviously, because they're both good players. And this is in Huahwi's perspective, by the way. Danteh's the other guy playing. Danteh generally does very well against Huahwi. Like he's in most fights pretty dominant, but he's definitely good enough at least to be high end of insane, just from beating Huahwi 2-0 alone, right? And now this is what I would argue puts him as the best player. There's one more clip I didn't actually bring up that I probably should. This clip here. So this is him playing against all the best players. Okay, and he beats every single one of them. And when I say beats, he beats them all. Okay, so a lot of them are nicked, which I don't really know who's who in some of these. But we'll go to one we know. We'll go to a guy on the list. We'll find somebody. Stimpy. Here we go. So Stimpy, the top of insane, right? One of the best players, and it's kind of close. Oh wait, I don't want to hear his music. But I would argue that another thing, Stimpy mains pot PvP. Danteh doesn't play pot PvP. But yeah, right. So Stimpy is known as like the best pot PvPer, right? And I would argue he might be slightly better than Danteh in pot PvP. But considering in this clip, and this is obviously one clip, Danteh wins relatively convincingly. He still has a pot left. Another thing I want to show, Danteh 2800 elo. So if you don't know, this is an insane amount of elo for build UHC back in the day, which I kind of did a bit of research on this. Someone got 2 years ago 2800, right? This is from 4 years ago. This is very old, 2016. I mean, he's playing against some of the best like players, right? He's playing against you know, because the elo's so high, so he's playing against all the best players constantly, and he doesn't lose at all against pretty much the best players of the game, and pretty much all of them at their peaks. So you got playing against Tylarrz. He played build UHC. He's playing against all the best players basically, and he's winning. That's the most important part. He's winning pretty confidently on all of them. And I would argue that this guy, in his prime, is better than everybody else. Any of these three are interchangeable. And any of these three could also be god tier. Swampie's not quite god tier, but he's very good. Now me. Okay, this is me at my peak for a start. If he said now, I'm at average. Me currently. Because I kind of stopped playing for a while. This is me at my peak. And I think at me at my peak is above average. I would say I'm ain't good. Chill. What? Don't. No. I want you to be supporting me. I want to stop. I want to stop the caps here. I don't like the amount of pressure I'm getting to put myself in average. I really don't appreciate that. I don't think that's very nice of you guys. I think you should you know. Okay. We'll leave it like this. Okay. I'm either bottom of good or top of average. Okay. We'll put it like that.